talking about the horns. Grandma Tina was a hook rind, married Irv Horn, and she went to high school to teach her parents how to speak English. They never spoke English. Grandma Rosina and
John was long gone.
Yeah. So Grandma Tina finished. Did she finish high school?
No, she went to 8th grade.
8th grade.
So
Never learned to speak.
So her parents came here from Germany?
I think they were here.
They were here. They just didn't speak English.
Everybody that
Because
came
it was all a
spoke
German.
It was all a German
just-
community.
Yep. And you know that's the connection to St. Cloud that we have. Was more through the Horn side, where Irvin, my grandpa, started Horn Tile, and you know delivered tile to Janesville, Sun Prairie, Manitowoc, Valders, all over the place. You know, we drove when my dad eventually took it over, and God, I hated summers.
That's all we did was work.
Yeah, we could never leave the yard because we had to load
We
tile.
had concrete drain tile.
Yeah.
That was my
That's what we
Wait,
manufactured.
drainage tile.
Concrete drain tile.
Like went out into the fields when
Yes,
they were flooded.
before the plastic, we made concrete. And we
Yeah,
had them by the
3-inch.
semi-load. Jim would haul 2 to 3 semi-loads a
A
day.
day.
And guess who loaded
So
the
we
semis?
loaded them each night.
Yeah.
They
Before
would-
school.
yeah, before
after
school. They would
We would
have to
load
get
the
up and
semis.
load their semi before they could go to school.
11 years old and we were loading
Yeah.
concrete on 2
So
semis.
here's
Yes.
Sherry and
How
I.
long did it take?
About an hour.
Our trailer, he had it just figured out, 2,700 5-inch tile, and
Yeah.
5-inch are 13
Was the-
pounds a piece.
And you
And we
could
would
grab
carry
4.
Yeah.
as
We were
girls.
the buffest high school girls you could ever imagine. Don't mess with us. We had pipes.
We still do.
Yeah. Well, as you age, it goes down.
But loading semi twice
Yeah,
a day, then
twice
you
a
got to
day.
go along. Somebody, if the farmer didn't have
got to
somebody
go
there,
along.
You got to go along.
and you had to help unload. And you
Yep.
would drive in muddy fields, and if there weren't enough people, you would straddle the back of the semi and you would
Yeah.
string them out, lay
You
them
would
on the
drop
ground,
the
throw
tile.
them from the semi to the ground, and
Yep.
string them on the line so the tiler could
Just come
load
and
his
load.
machine and tile it
And
into
could
the
grab
ground.
it. Yeah.
And if they didn't have enough people, you drove the semi.
Yep.
You know, you kind of did whatever your dad needed you to do.
Yep. So we had 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch,
8-inch and
10,
10-inch.
and 12.
12s.
12s were a beast.
48 pounds a piece.
Yeah, that you would lift dead from the ground, and you
yes.
would lift it,
Oh.
and you're
It's
up
like-
over your head.
It's like the size of those
Yeah.
culverts that you're seeing, you know,
Right.
but in concrete.
And they're
You got
12
an
inches
inch
long.
of concrete all the way around. I mean, you would actually rest it against your stomach, and
Uh-huh.
you'd like lift it, and
You had to go
you'd only
up
go
above your
3
head.
high on the semi because they were just big holes.
Yeah.
But that's when the government was paying farmers to tile their lands so
Their
that we could,
wetlands.
and they
Use
would
the wetlands.
subsidize the cost of the concrete.
Right.
Well, then
Plastic came.
Plastic came in, and
Yeah,
you
in
know
the
pretty
80s.
much took out. So Horn Tile, which was part of St. Cloud history for when did Grandpa start it?
Oh, Jim was in service. He started in the 50s.
So it was like, you know, 35 years that Horn Tile
Was
was.
a part of the business of St. Cloud.
So by
Right.
1985, they had we closed it because plastic tile
Right.
took over. The farmers didn't want to deal with the weight. You could
It's
get the
heavier, it's
whole
more
tubing.
work.
So then Jim started in the post office and was a part-time postal carrier for Malone until he passed away.
But that's where Huber comes in with the tile. You know, the dad always said, if you provide help,
I'll
when
provide
we
the
come
beer.
here, I'll provide the beer. So we would take a cooler, and there was
12
what,
bottles.
12?
Okay,
Yeah,
Half
and
a
well, there were
case.
always 2 sodas in there, one for
Each of you.
we couldn't drink beer.
We were only like 12, 13, 14.
So after we got done unloading the semi, and because it was always during the summer and it was always ungodly hot.
Yeah.
You know, you'd sit and cool off under the trailer with beer, and that was Dad's reward of getting
Help.
The more people that came, the less we had to do.
Sure.
It went faster, and you were out of the field and back home to do the next.
To load up
Correct.
the
again.
next semi.
Yeah.
And if we were really good and if Dad felt like he was hungry, we could stop at a bar and get a bar burger. That didn't happen very often, but every once in a while it did. So then you knew that he was A, either in a really good mood, or B, he was hungry. It wasn't much to do about us, but you know, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So you had beer delivered to the house?
yeah, 100
Yeah.
cases at a time.
How
And
often do they bring 100
We were
cases
trying to
the
remember
house?
that.
Oh, probably once a month.
Yeah,
Well,
because
you
you
took-
figure
'cause
if
you
you took a
figure
case
It
a
took
day,
a case a day because he would do 2 loads and 12 bottles a load. So it
Right.
was a case a
Oh,
day.
these were bottles.
These
Oh,
were bottles.
yes.
Yes. So you had this big cooler with 12 bottles and 2 loads a day. That didn't last
that's a
very
case
long.
of beer a day.
That was, yeah.
And
So-
that wasn't even the weekends or
right,
anything.
If we had company.
That's
Yeah.
what you guys were saying before, that there was a chute. You put in
We
a
actually
chute.
put a separate door in the garage to put the big 12
the case.
inch plank down, and we could
You
send
slide
the
them
case
down.
down.
The fridge
Yeah.
was in the basement. We always had a cold one. Then they'd bring them up and
Yeah.
put them in this fridge.
And we always had to get the beer for Dad and take the first schluck.
Yes, if you opened it, you got the first look.
Yeah, so we would fight to see who could open it. This is when we were young.
3, 4.
You would fight because you wanted to, or because
Yes.
you didn't want to?
Yeah.
They did.
At that point, it was good. Now, not so much. Now it's just. bleh.